name's Barbara Hetherington, and I'm from Gibsons Recycling Depot. And my question is directed to all the candidates here, and I would request a yes or no, and then your reasons for that. My question. Oh, sorry. My question is: do you support the recycling program designed and operated by the SCRD that is grossly unsustainable and polluting? And I will give you 2 examples of that. Green waste is handled by diesel burning machines and trucks to be hauled to the pulp mill to be used as biofuel instead of composted and returned to the earth. My second example is that for 4 years, the SCRD has used our registered company name as the name of the Gibsons Park Plaza recycling drop-off, and we have requested many times for them to remove that name with no response.
So Barb, just to summarize your question.
My question is, do they support the SCRD's recycling program?
Okay, thank you, Barb. Donna, let's start with you. Want to use that one?
Thank you. I'm not sure I can do it in 1 minute. As you're aware, there has been an extensive review. The final results of that review are not yet determined and will be discussed in the coming year's budget discussions. As far as the green waste drop-off, first of all, is concerned, it's not all used at the landfill. Some of it are at the mill. Some of it is available for gardeners for mulch. Personally, I wouldn't use it because there's all kinds of noxious weeds that are left, ivy and things like that, that in very small quantities can really pollute your garden. So I would caution anybody wanting to use that material. And I'm not sure about the name issue. I don't think that really has anything to do with the sustainability topic that we're on this evening. And I'm not actually, I'm sorry, even though I've been on the board for 3 years, not familiar with the issue of a name. I am familiar with some zoning problems in regards to the depot in Gibsons. But, you know, I don't believe the process that we use is unsustainable. I think there are a lot more issues to it than meet the eye, and I favor the review and the upcoming discussions about what format we're going to proceed with.
Thanks for the question, Barb. I as well am not aware of the name issue, and so for 3 years on the board, I don't know what the name issue is, and so I'll get on with recycling. So since getting to the board, I've pushed forward for a review of how we handle recycling. And we finally had a review of how we're handling recycling, and so that the final results of that, like Donna says, are coming, and that how we handle recycling and other solid waste will be dealt with it in budget in the beginning of the new year by the board of the day. And the green waste, I encourage all sorts of people to use the green waste, and I've seen things in there that I wouldn't want rotting in my garden. So, yeah, thank you.
And I'll just ask the remaining panel members to deal with, not with the name issue, but with the pertinent recycling issues.
Barb, to answer your question on the recycling by the SCRD, no. I think it needs to be looked at. I think there's better ways to do it. And I think there's an opportunity for the SCRD to work with other private enterprise that is in the same business. One of the things that is happening now with this downturn in the economy is a crash in recycling prices. Cardboard has gone from $120 a ton to where I'm hearing now you may have to pay to give it to your recycler in Vancouver. The SCRD is spending $30,000 a month now on the recycling project. And with this economic downturn, that is going to go up. We need to work together as a community, not against each other.
Barbara, thank you. If you don't mind, I will deal with the question of the name. That will be an aspect of the review, Barbara. Bear with me. I will respect Gibson's business and their rights to their own name. So just hang on a second. We'll get to that at the end of the review. And my simple answer to that rather convoluted question is no. I am, as you are well aware, not happy with the current recycling system, not program, but the system that the regional district has been in many ways been forced into. And there's a whole historic aspect that I can't express to you in 10 seconds. That is the purpose of the review, that I think the board will come up with some solutions. The answers will not please everyone because of the complexity of the issue. Crashing prices that Rob mentioned, the complexity of the whole recycling issue. We will deal with it. The recommendations are coming out shortly. Stand by. There will be a public process. Thank you.
Ready? Thank you, Barbara, for the question. And I also am not in favor of the current process that's being used. As a matter of fact, Gibson's council was probably one of the stronger voices asking for a recycling review because of the process that was being used, and we feel there is a better way to do it. Having said that, I do think there are opportunities for private enterprise and the regional district to work together. Garbage collection is an example of that kind of thing that happens. We have a private contractor that is contracted by the local governments. That may be one opportunity or possibility. As far as the green waste, I think a step forward, no matter whether you like it or dislike it, the green waste program is a step forward, and I think we should always encourage steps forward. There's always ways to improve things, and that's what we should be looking at, the positive opportunities to improve things, not to say that it's doing the wrong thing. Thank you.
Yes, I supported the recycling review. I supported the concept when the town of Gibsons brought that question forward, and I'm looking forward to having a real close look at what the committee has said and dealing with the issues that have been raised. I don't agree that transporting material to sea shelter is a sustainable practice. That, in my view, is something that needs to be looked at. With respect to the green waste and the biofuel, there's a shortage of wood chips. So I guess the way I look at it is if they were not used to feed the mill, then we'd be chopping trees down to feed the mill. And in my view, the mill is a very important industry in this town. There's a lot of jobs. We need to support the mill as well. So I don't know. I think it's kind of a trade-off with respect to the green waste. We get to have it out of our yards and not burned. So I think it's a good thing.